Hello everyone, Switch here. I come up with a theory about Starlight Glimmer. It is about if Starlight could have been Celestia's personal student rather than Twilight Sparkle. I think I mentioned that part in another theory video about if Starlight could be more powerful than Twilight. Just think about it. If Starlight and Twilight was not the only students that who was applying to be Celestia's personal student, if Twilight haven't been able to proven that she is powerful enough to be showing her magic, and that if Starlight showed that he was more talented in Twilight in magic, so the question is, what if Starlight had ended up to be Celestia's personal student instead? And if Starlight had become Celestia's personal student, would she have been able to send her to Ponyville to be like learning about true friendship, or that she could stayed in Canterlot, studied under Celestia's teaching as a personal student? But just think about it. Ever since we know that Starlight is very talented in magic, but could she be very talented in magic as a filler? Hmm, that is a good question. But we know that Twilight was actually good at magic was as a filler, but she studied very hard to be more talented, or even to learn about more spells. But if that was in fact Starlight instead, that she studied as much about magic as Twilight did, and if she had hatched Spike's egg and became her personal first number one assistant, just to think about it. If Starlight had ex- has been accepted or passed her exam entrance, and if that Twilight failed, what had it been for Twilight's case? She would not have been able to ever meet her future friends, or not to go on amazing adventures, or never meet Spike. Perhaps she meets Spike, but just not the same thing. We all know that Starlight is talented in magic, but if she was Celestia's personal student, even she was like Twilight, focused mostly on magic, and could she be able to make her own spells like she has proven to? Even if she became Celestia's personal student, she would rapidly improving her ability to her magic, to to learn quickly about magic spells, and perhaps even through friendship from in school, and in perhaps even to be more talent and even more gifted in magic and spells like her peers at school. What if that Starlight became rapidly learned about those spells and improved the spells quickly enough, even at her first year at school, that she somehow, when she learning about new spells like chemistry, biology, history, and if she had learned those spells and studied some new spells like ancient spell from Equestria's founding time, but just hear me out. If Starlight became Celestia's personal student, and if so, and if Starlight had improved her ability to learn about the spells and rapidly increasing her knowledge and understanding about the basic magic, and somehow at already early Phillyhood, like when she's a student, equally when Twilight was granted to be Celestia's personal student. If there was it like in case for Starlight, if she was able to learn about new spells quickly enough, and even to, I don't know, into at like even she has been granted just shortly after that she has been granted to be Celestia's student, and somehow showing very much potential to be even greater student, like creating new spells like that early. Like, what happened if Starlight had been in learned and increased her knowledge about magic, and even if that happened, she will never have learned, never have been the urge to hate cutie marks. Instead, for being having hate for cutie marks changing her life that rather by her friend. What if Starlight instead gained more friends at school and never had the plans for removing other opponents their cutie marks and take over quest or some sort of things? What if she used her magic, her understanding of this basic and the more ancient, advanced, or even hard spells? What if Starlight had improved her understanding and learning about spells, and even make her own new spells in early after she has been granted as Celestia's student? It could bring proving that Starlight could have been a teacher at the school herself, and that she can be had graduated from the school much earlier than normally, and that she could have been a student at the school, and perhaps even been showing perhaps an even other possibility to being granted a princess title and being turned into alicorn like her old teacher. That is a very much interesting idea, and as a theory about that, since Starlight has already proven to be very much talented and gifted in magic and even knowledge, and especially when she had learned how to make her own spells. When she is turned Sunburst and herself into falls with a new spell, but she just created like just thin air. So if she had learned that kind of spell in early age, and that she has seen increased her knowledge of magic, spells, and even proving to Celestia that she can learn about very much hard spells and almost advanced, difficult advanced spells that only in very much well-studied unicorn can only using it, and that students are not unable to even learn or even understand those basic spells. But if Starlight was still a student and had somehow learned and improved Celestia, that she had been studied so very well of those ancient spells, and even cracked some of those advanced spells and improved that she can handle them, and that she understands how they works, and and that have been using them, and that she can have somehow improved one of Starworld's time travel spells, or even created her own time travel spells, for example. Who knows? Since the Starlight have proven to be very much gifted in magic, and just consider it. If Starlight has been accepted to be Celestia's student and not instead for Twilight, how would the entire history been if there was focus on Starlight rather than from Twilight's point of view? I know that many fans know that Starlight has proved to be very talented and gifted in magic and spells, and even to make her own. But I don't know if any other fans out there has been talked about if Celestia had chosen if Starlight has somehow would be able to, or no, has been in Camelot at the same time as Twilight when she was trying to enter to be Celestia's student or even part of the school. But if Starlight had proven to be to Celestia that she's strong and talented in magic and that she can handle almost the basic and even one of those difficult spells, but even she would not be able to be granted as a princess, but rather from to be a teacher at Celestia's School of Gifted Unicorns. Even if Celestia doesn't grant her as a student or as a princess to be transformed into an alicorn, just being a teacher at school since she had proven to be very talented, gifted, so well talented, so well studied, and so had proven her wrong that she can even not that she can make her own spells, that she's very well studied and well learned. Just think about it. If Starlight hasn't been in Canterlot at the same time as Twilight, and if she was applying to school to be at least a student there, and perhaps if Twilight had failed her entrance, and that Starlight could have been approving and to be granted as Celestia's personal student. I know that that is just one big amazing theory, or at least saying unusually one. But I would like to hear what all you think about this theory. If this, you think it is possible that Starlight could have been Celestia's personal student rather than from Twilight Sparkle. You can leave all your comments in the comment section below. And as always, subscribe, leave a comment, and as always, this is Sweet Diablo over and out.